All right, hey guys, doing today? We about to hop into a little discussion of first things first. So just make sure you like the video, hit a little exit full screen, scroll a bit, like it, and then full screen and back up. You feel me? So if you couldn't tell, your boy just got sliced, and when I say sliced, I am not exaggerating. This was my first time actually going to a barbershop. My dad has cut my hair for the beginning stages of my life up until high school. I've cut my hair all throughout college, right? I got my hair buzz cut one time, but that wasn't even at a barber shop. But when I tell you sliced, like, bro, I just noticed this being on camera, bro. And then this, like, gang. I'm like, I was sitting in the chair, like, yo, these clippers are hitting. I know people talk about these clippers hitting, but these clippers, like, actually hitting me. And then I'm sitting there, like, he tells me, or they tell me, don't, like when you keep squinting your eyebrow, don't do that. That's how people get crooked hairlines. I'm like, okay, okay. So I stood there straight face, and I didn't even know my skin was breaking, bro. I'm just sitting there like, yo. I was sitting there like, if I think this is bad, imagine Jesus getting a crown of thorns on his head, because that probably hurt worse. And I'm like, yo, my skin is breaking too. Not saying his pain wasn't worse than mine, but I'm just like, yo, literally, like, this is insane. This is insane, bro. That's actually criminal. Like, who let that just happen? That's insane. That is insane. I'm literally anyway. Point of this video, I've been getting into reading my Bible, like, for, off channel purposes, and I'm not gonna have time to make a whole, like, reaction or whatever today, because I'm about to have to go to practice, and then I'm booked till 12, and I want to get a video out for you. So I've been in Job, because I didn't understand Job the first time that I read it for real. So started rereading it, especially because my brother, we had a discussion, and he was like, oh yeah, I want to see how these type of people, conservative Christians specifically, think about Job. So I was reading Job, and Job said some great things that I really like, that I just wanted to share with you guys and kind of encourage you, right? So if you didn't know, all of Job's kids got killed, all of that, and right after that, he tore his mantle, shaved his head, fell upon the ground and worshiped, and said, naked I came out of my mother's womb, naked I shall return. The Lord gave, and the Lord has taken away. Blessed be the name of God. All of his children died, all of them. Fire of God fell from heaven, burned up the sheep, the servants consumed them. Only I'm alone escaped. Somebody else came, fell upon the camels, carried them away, slain the servants. I'm the only one that escaped. Another, your sons and daughters were eating and drinking at your brother's house. A great wind came, the four corners of the house fell, and it fell upon them, and they're dead. I'm the only one that escaped. His kids, all his livestock, everything he has, basically gone. What does he say? The Lord gave, and the Lord hath taken away. Blessed be the name of the Lord. I don't know if you've ever been to Catholic service, but I think they usually say that at the end of the reading of scripture. They read the scripture like, blessed be the name of the Lord, and they do a little cross thing on their whatevers. I went to Catholic mass all my life because of high school and public school Catholic school, or not public school, high school and elementary school Catholic schools that I went to, right? So I know that, but you really just say blessed be the name of the Lord when you're praising God. And honestly, he saw this moment and said, God gave it to me, and he can rightfully take it away. Blessed him for being so great. After, he did his grieving of tearing his robe, shaving his head, and falling on the ground, all that type of stuff, he still blessed God. In all of this, Job sinned not, nor charged God foolishly. And I was reading chapter 2, and he was talking to his wife, right? He got sore boils from the sole of his foot unto his head. Boils. I don't know if you ever seen I was about to call it the Timmy Turner show, but it's the Fairly Odd Parents, right? And that Boyle kid, I think his name was Eugene. Look at this dude, right? Boy, nah, it probably wasn't the size of that, but who knows? It may have been that big. But imagine that, having everywhere from the head to your toes. And they said he took a potsherd, which is basically like if you broke a pot, basically a fragment of a pot, to scrape himself all around. And he sat down among the ashes. And his wife said to him, do you still retain that integrity? Just curse God and die. And he said to her, you speak as a foolish woman speaks. What? Shall we receive good at the hand of God? And shall we not receive evil? In all of this, Job did not sin with his lips. And his friends showed up, and all the evil that came upon them, they came everybody from their own place. When they lifted their eyes afar off, they knew him not. They lifted up their voice, and they wept. They tore all their robes, sprinkled dust upon their heads. They sat down 7 days and 7 nights. Nobody spoke a word, for they saw that his grief was very great. Two things I just want to point out. His wife, she didn't even ride with him. She said, curse God and die. Do you see everything that's happened? Just curse him and die. And what does he say? He says, you speak like a foolish woman. We saw this video in the interracial video I made, right? You can't be unequally yoked interracially, but you can be spiritually, racially unroped. Like there's two races. Well, there's one race, but you could be spiritually unequally yoked. Something like that. That's the only thing that really matters. Something like that, where your faith is different. And right here, he said you're speaking as a foolish woman. Why? Because in this time, it was weird for you to marry outside of the like Israelite population. Even though this is before, this is the time of Abraham, I believe, and Isaac, before the tribes. But even still, right? You stuck with your people. Because here it says Alphavaz, the Termanite, or the Tamanite, Bildad, the Shuhite, Zophar, the Namathite, right? They stuck to their tribes when it came to marrying, all that type of stuff. And his wife is saying, yo, curse God and die. And he says, no, you're speaking like a foolish woman. Which I'm not saying they were unequally yoked, but at this time, he's just like, yo, speaking as a foolish woman. And you hear a lot of people that are famous that are talking about like, oh yeah, if your wife was with you when you were down, she's a good pick for when you're up because, you know, she stuck it out. She rode with you. And Job wrote, nah, I ain't say that she infidelity, any type of thing, but she's just like, yo, you've been through a lot, bro. Just curse God and die. I don't know how she said it, but in terms like this, you really, he said you're speaking like a foolish woman. Why? Because it's like, we've been all through, God gave, God can take away. He can do that. If she didn't know that, if she only married him after he was already wealthy, she might not understand that. But you get people like Bezos also. I don't want you to think this is a one-track ship, right? You got people like Jeff Bezos, whose wife was with him before he started Amazon, and then she's still after him after Amazon, you know. And then there's people like Gucci Mane, who's a rapper. He was in jail for 3-some years, whatever. He was broke when he went in. He was rich when he came out. He gave his girl $2 million, or whatever the case is. They still together today. So, you know, testament to the story. Testament to the story. And then his friends, they came and sat down. Then his friends came over. They sat down. They didn't do nothing for 7 days. And when they did, he just cursed the days. He said, curse the day. Who are we to rise up against the morning? All this type of poetry talk. I should have been at rest. He said he wished he died. His mother shouldn't have born him and everything like that. I wasn't in safety. I didn't have rest. I wasn't quiet. And yet this trouble came upon me. So I think we can learn a lot from Job. That one, chapter 1, it really hit me when he said, the Lord has gave and the Lord hath taken away. Blessed be the name of the Lord. That really hit me. And, you know, considering I couldn't have the time to do a reaction or anything proper today, I was like, let me just come on here and talk about the greatness of this verse. So whenever something bad happens in your life, think about what it is that God gave you and why it is he may have taken it away to strengthen your relationship, probably. But you got to think about that. That's a personal thing. So I really love this verse. All right, that's going to be the end of the video. Hope you guys have yourself a fantastic rest of your day. Peace.